Exactly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Always Open. On this week's show, we're going to be doing a little icebreaker about who's most likely to do what, a question about our laziest habit, and then 2 questions from our box of issues. This one provided by Eric Groman. Eric_Groman on Twitter. Thank you.
I was going to say that's a new box.
It's a new box. We're at the point now where we have a new one every week.
I can see the old box.
Oh.
Yeah.
The old box in there.
Oh,
We hide
and
it
the other
away,
one, yeah.
so They become parts of the set after we use them once. We'll rotate them in and out. I'm your host, Barbara Dunkelman, and today I have...
Ooh, Jessica Basami.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Max Krupke.
And it's me, your local neighborhood white Mariel.
There you go. I was really hoping you would do that.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to the show.
Yeah.
We don't have our Mariel this week, but we have, as she said, our white Mariel.
I'd rather have
been
Ashley
dubbed.
anyway. So.
Oh,
Wow.
shots fired.
Hopefully
I don't-
Mariel doesn't watch this
I don't know
episode.
that I would, but
Why not both? Porque
no los dos?
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
That little girl from the Taco Bell commercial, right? Is that what it
It
is?
wasn't Taco Bell, it was like
it's like
Casa Olay.
it's like some sort of like homemade food where you can like make the chicken, the breaded chicken, I think, and it's like
I
you
want
can,
you
or
to
you can
explain
eat out.
every commercial to me.
Yeah, I
from
was like,
now
I don't know what this is, but I want to learn about it.
It's about taco shells, right?
Is it?
I think it's taco shells.
Is it about taco shells?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Anyway,
The important issues.
the internet will correct us.
She's real cute either way.
It's true.
See, the only thing anyone knows about those commercials is Porque no los dos.
Porque no los dos.
And then you get the music.
And then she gets lifted up by everyone. Iconic, y'all.
Iconic.
I just dance.
Second only to Zoom Zoom.
Well, let's do our shot. This one, I have never heard of this before. I don't know what it means. It's called the Wandering Gorak.
I've never heard of it.
Okay.
Actually.
Gorak. We're gonna get.
no idea.
Are we gonna
You know
get
what it
yelled at
sounds
for
like?
not knowing what a
It sounds
Gorak
like
is?
some 70s like fantasy B movie.
It does.
The Wandering Gorak.
It's like
Is that an animal? It sounds like an animal.
Yeah, or something out of like some Thor movie.
Is this a Star Wars thing? Are we about to get yelled at?
Probably.
Somebody's
One or the other.
like raging right now.
Look, this is it's just a shot.
This one, it's got apple schnapps, peach liqueur.
Peach liquor.
I could never say that fucking word. And
say
it's
words.
and the person who submitted this said gin, but we switched it to vodka because apparently you do not want to shoot gin. It's not delicious.
Unless you want to see us all vomit, do you?
that could be it.
Hashtag RT Extra Life for the kids.
And this one is submitted by Janelle O. So cheers to you, Janelle. Thank you for the shot, except for the fact that you put gin in there.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Cheers.
cheers.
Yeah. All right. I forgot when Ash is on the show, we need to be
Oh, yeah.
There's an etiquette.
very serious about this.
That was delightful. I think vodka was a good call.
Yeah.
Thanks, Janelle.
Thanks, Janelle. And thank you, Texas, for changing our mind on
Oh,
that.
thank you, Texas.
All right, well, let's play our first little game.
Oh,
Okay.
ready.
Let's
So-
play a game.
I'm ready.
We
Scared.
did
I'm
this
gonna
on.
learn a lot about y'all.
Oh, you are. Or judge everyone.
I'm gonna judge everybody.
Also,
too.
what we do. So this game is called Most Likely To, and what we do is we pull up questions and we all vote on who's most likely to do whatever the prompt says. And the first time we did it, we just pointed at each other, which made it a little confusing. So now we have little signs with
Love it.
everyone's names on it. So if we have our first question ready.
Okay.
All right. Who's most likely to hum or sing along to a commercial jingle?
Can it be more than one?
It could, well, let's do one for now, and you could also choose yourself.
Okay.
All right, everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
You know what?
Interesting.
I was super close to picking you, and I was like, but I don't know. I was like, am I projecting here?
It's absolutely Jessica. No question.
Yeah.
Jessica sings to herself more than anyone I know.
And the thing is, it's not always good. So
We
sometimes
were-
it's annoying.
Yes.
When I
It's
sing
not
to
always
when I sing to
good.
myself, it's never good. So you're gonna rule one up on me.
We were singing All I Want for Christmas Is You repeatedly and incessantly for all of the shoot yesterday.
Yeah, for the MTV Christmas. But also we were screaming it as if we were like a metalcore
Every option.
band. So
Like who are the super cute Japanese like hardcore metal band?
Yes. What is it called? It's has the guy with the pigtails?
Someone Google it.
What you do?
No, there's this super adorable band of just like the cutest Japanese girls, and they put out some crazy music.
But they like scream?
Yeah,
They're
it's
just
like baby metal.
Baby metal?
There we go.
Baby metal.
All right. I'm gonna look
Put
that
them in
up.
the link
out.
dump.
Check out baby metal.
So you guys both voted for Max.
Well, we're
Yeah.
we're a team.
We're
You're a
Gothic
team.
schoolgirls today.
Okay.
Gothic schoolgirls.
Okay.
Well, we're comfy blue sweater girls.
They're comfy, we're serious.
But what,
Oh.
okay, I know you sing a lot, and I
Sing
guess
all the fucking time.
yeah.
I'm
It's
a
nonsense.
better singer,
I
so I would
sing.
probably win.
I mean, you'd probably win.
Get him,
this.
Jessica.
I sing, but my cat will come up to me and do this.
on your mouth, right? They're
Yeah, she'll actually I'll be sitting down and I'll just be like singing along to whatever, and she'll come up and she'll be like, no. And I was like,
It's like the housekeeper from Family Guy.
thanks, cat.
Consuela.
No.
All right, let's get our next question. Next question. That's for you, Jessica. Who's most likely to steal candy from a baby? All right.
This could be all of you. What do I do? How could I put all of you in it? Oh my god.
All right. Man, okay.
Damn it.
You guys ready?
Damn it.
I mean,
I'm between two on this one. All right, 3,
Yeah.
2,
Okay.
1. Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
I would, and I feel like you would do it just because you're like, that baby had it coming.
yeah. I mean, of course.
The reason I thought about Max at first, but I deep down, like, he comes off, very, very just like bad boy, but deep down, he does not. He's a good little boy. He does. He comes off, he's like, I'm sassy and I'm going to do this.
such a
But
bad
really,
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
yes, it really is like a cute little heart.
Yeah, no, you're a sassy bitch and you love it. I would steal candy.
Yes.
Because babies are dumb and they don't know
Here's
anything.
the other thing. Here's the other thing. One, the baby doesn't know. Which
Yeah,
makes,
don't know.
which makes
Yep.
it kind of a victimless crime,
Yeah.
as far as they're concerned. And two, it's probably bad for their developing teeth.
See, this is why I picked you, Ashley.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
helpful. You're
That was
helping them.
logical
You're helping them
and ethical.
develop positive life habits.
Okay, fair enough. Good argument. Well said.
We've got it.
All right, next question. Who's most likely to go skinny dipping?
God, I want to pick all of you again.
I mean, yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck yeah.
All right, we both pick.
Me and Jessica picked Ashley. Max picked Max. And Ashley picked me.
I hate clothes. But also, I feel like you just be like, huh?
Yeah, I've gone skinny dipping before, and it was
Have you ever been to Hippie Hollow?
no, but it's a very scary experience because it's fun and freeing, but also if you're in a lake, you don't know what's gonna swim up crevices.
Yes. Anything could get up there. You don't know.
What kind of lakes are you swimming? Yeah.
Ones with like fish and shit.
Just other
fish
things.
You think
swim
your
into
fish
your
is gonna be like,
vagina?
I don't know, do they?
ooh, a cave?
Maybe a wide gaping hole. What could be in there?
Exactly. I'm very wide
Really
and
that
gaping.
wide and gaping? No.
No.
We will,
Tight as fuck.
we will start our new family here.
Kegels.
Finding Nemo inside. Finding Nemo.
Like, remember, you gotta rub up against it pretty frequently.
It's actual touch the butt in this one, not the boat.
Oh, wow.
We touch the butt.
No, Ashley, I pick you because like every time I've hung
Hell
around
yeah.
you
Hey,
are
close.
down for whatever, and I love it.
Ashley
I was
also
Ashley gonna
Yeah.
make
puts her
it.
boobs on everyone
Yeah.
and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's got nice boobs. I would want them on me too.
Damn it, why aren't I sitting on that side?
Clothes
good.
are for suckers in workplaces.
There you go.
To that.
There you go.
To that.
Yes.
To suckers in workplaces.
Wait.
What?
Wait. All right, let's do our next one. Who is most likely to wear the same Halloween costume 2 years in a row?
I got this one.
You good? All right.
I don't know
3, 2, 1, and go.
myself.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I voted myself too. You voted yourself, Jessica?
Yeah.
I
can
voted
see-
for Jessica.
I can see myself being lazy
And you
about
voted
it.
for yourself.
It's laziness.
Yeah.
This year, so this Halloween, first of all, I didn't get a Halloween, which was really sad.
At
'cause
all?
I was in Australia, which doesn't really do Halloween. Wasn't going to take a whole Halloween costume. In fact, I was on a boat, which is even less of a place for a Halloween costume.
Oh yeah.
Could be.
And so the thing is, I had this whole Zelda costume that I ordered last year, and I had everything except
Classic Princess Zelda?
classic Princess Zelda, fucking rad costume, got a sword and everything.
Holy shit.
But I needed to get like a wig, so I ordered a new wig, and they were like, not gonna be here in time.
But you have blonde hair.
Bitch, that needs to be done on my knees.
Does it?
It's Zelda. Like,
Yeah,
she's not
it's
messing
cool.
around. And so I went to order, and they were like, yeah, that's all sold out. And I was like, motherfucking Zelda bitches. So that didn't come. I ordered ears, and then I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be here anyway. So I'm so unprepared for holidays that I ordered this costume last year. Pieces of it didn't arrive on time, so I didn't get to be it. And I was like, it's fine, next year. A year later, and I still didn't have all the pieces.
Start working on it now.
Yeah, start right this minute. Let's
November
get on
1st
Amazon
is when
Prime.
you should have started.
Right.
Maybe I can do like an Amazon Prime now for some shit, and I'll just turn up to Extra Life being like, Happy Halloween!
Exactly.
Yeah.
I usually put zero effort into Halloween until I have to, like October 25th maybe is
You
when I
just
start
did a
doing
whole
it.
month of
Well,
Halloween.
that's the thing. This month was, or this year rather, was different because we did an episode of Halloween for every episode of Always Open in October. And it was like, fuck, I have to think of 5 fucking costumes. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit. And then, like, we had our Halloween party, and then, like, there was this other thing. So
Was
I
there
had, like,
one
8
costume
costumes.
where you're just like, I have no idea what to be, like somebody help me? Because that's a lot of costumes to think about.
That was
a lot of
my,
costumes.
the day before we shot one of the episodes, I was at Target being like, all right, last ditch effort. I don't care if I find like a fucking maid costume, whatever. And I couldn't, there was only children's costumes. That was it. And I'm like, do I want to try to fit into a child's costume? Or I'll just do Britney Spears. That's just a gray cardigan
Perfect.
Yeah.
and a white button-up shirt.
Okay.
Which
and
was
that's it.
funny because that one totally looked like pre-planned and everything. Like,
did.
totally came
Yeah.
together.
If you look closely, the little pink buns in my hair and the ribbons at the end were from Target also. These were from like a child's skirt that I ripped off and then like ribbon from the craft department.
Did you rip it off before you bought it? Were you just like in the Target like clothing section just like
I should have because I would have saved $10.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bought the skirt so I
Yeah.
could rip off the pieces of
Yeah.
tulle.
No, I'll just always not think about it and then find some trash to put on myself and then
And
just
then
there
you'll
it
win
is.
second place in our costume contest, by the way. We had a Halloween party at work, quick tangent, and
Yeah.
Max won second place.
For
You
for
wanna
the Hannekin, because we have a terrifying mannequin on a stick in the live action office.
you do?
Yeah,
Yeah, and if you follow Max on his Twitter, you will have
You
Which
would
is
know.
which is quick
by
plug.
now.
Max Cookie.
Max Cookie.
But no, we we made it whenever Hannah was in LA and we missed her, so we needed a surrogate for Hannah to be around, and now it's just exists.
But
in
it's terrifying.
infamy 'cause
It's not
I'm
an
sure we'll put
attractive
some
mannequin.
photos
a nightmare.
to the post here.
But yeah,
The
Put it in my-
the standee of Gus until it broke was like one of those things that would pop up around the office and just you'd see it out of the corner of your eye and it'd be terrifying.
the worst time
So
that it
I
got me
can't
was
imagine the actual mannequin in that room.
over there. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that
so
was the worst.
There's this little room. This is a sort of like soundproof, sort of sound stage hanger, and the doors on the corners all have these. They're like door wells where you go through a door, you close it, and there's like a little hallway or room, and then there's another door to actually get outside.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be very protective against like hurricanes and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, the lights are motion controlled, so it's always dark when you open
Flickers
it.
on when you open the door.
And the standee of Gus has been stored in this room back here. So you go in there and the lights come on, you sing, ah!
Yeah.
Yeah. He would be like hanging like up in the air sometimes,
Yeah.
like
And that thing has
looming over
lasted
you.
for 7 or 8 years.
I think it's gone now.
Oh, it's still here. I know where it is. No! I know where it is.
The nightmare continues.
I think it's in the events office right now. I don't think it's in anywhere like that'll scare you.
Oh yeah, someone hung it up to scare Bethany.
Yeah, probably.
Mm.
The worst ever experience that I had with that standee was in the old office on 636.
Okay.
There was 2 bathrooms there. One of the bathrooms, you had to like open the door, shut the door, and turn on the lights before you actually were in the bathroom. Like it was this complicated thing. And someone had put it just behind the door. So you'd have to go in, shut the door, and turn on the lights for it to appear. And it's
For it
literally
to
just
appear.
standing right there. It scares the fuck out of you. It got so many people so bad until someone's like, take the fuck out of this office.
I don't know, someone broke Gus's knees. That's been another problem. Gus is always hanging around because Gus
Literally
can't
can't
stand
stand.
around
Can't
anymore.
stand. Well, I just put the Hannekin in the front of a truck that's been just in the lot, and so she just looks like she's driving. just ready to go.
With the production truck?
Yeah, like the production truck, just like sitting in the parking lot.
Great for carpool lanes.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Ashley!
He's also
great.
He's done this with you, Jessica, I'm sure. The face swap on,
Yes,
on Snapchat.
You are
With-
horrible to us.
This is the mannequin face to face swap with your face, and it's literally, and it works so well. Like it takes your skin tone somehow.
It looks
Yeah.
like what's his face from Saw, the little thing that on the bicycle.
Jigsaw?
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw.
I feel
Yeah.
like it reminds me of him. It's terrifying.
It's really gross.
not
We were
attractive,
so
Max.
busy asking if we could. We didn't stop to ask what if we should.
I don't know what that means or where that's from, but both of you seem to go with that really well.
That's from every technology thing ever now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hear about everything and you're like, yeah, that seems bad.
Well, that was fun, guys.
It was
I'm gonna
fun.
keep these names.
yeah,
here,
I
just,
I'm gonna
like
keep
that.
this here just
just
in
in
case.
case I want to pull it up.
Just in
here
case
and
I need to get anybody's attention.
Actually.
Actually.
All right.
No.
Well, before we move on, I would like to say thank you to Texture. This episode of Always Open is brought to you by Texture. The Texture app gives you unlimited access to over 200 premium magazines. Texture has leading titles like Time, The Atlantic, The New Yorker, Vanity Fair, and Wired. And right now, you could try Texture for free. As someone who travels all the friggin' time, it is very handy to have Texture on my phone where I could read all these different magazines and just have them downloaded and ready to go. Because I like reading on planes. It's like the only time I really like reading, and it helps a lot. Just imagine having your favorite magazines and their back issues anytime, anywhere. To start your Texture free trial, go to texture.com/alwaysopen. If you choose to continue, our listeners will get Texture for just $9.99 a month. That's over 30% off their listed price. There are also great gift options available for the holiday season, which is coming up. Go to texture.com/alwaysopen to start your free trial today. That's texture.com/alwaysopen. Thank you, Texture. All right. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
let's get into our first segment.
Tell me. What is it?
Well, Max,
Yes. Barbara.
this is our Ask Us Anything section. Oh, goodness. You guys are like flirt with each other.
Yes.
I am Ashley. This one's submitted by Kayla B. And Kayla wants to know, what's your laziest habit?
Well, I didn't prepare anything for this.
Oh!
So maybe that.
I think pretty much everyone I know, including myself, are huge procrastinators. And that has always been probably like my biggest laziest habit, where throughout college and high school, I would never start working on an assignment until the night before.
Yeah.
And somehow I got good grades. So I'm like really
You're naturally
smart.
smart.
You're just like, oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got this. Because I feel like I always kept putting things off of like, it won't be hard. I could just work on it later.
See, for me, I'm not naturally smart, so it took me a lot.
She was like, I learned to read at the age of 23. It was hard. Every day
No, I
looking at
needed
the
to
alphabet
study.
going, what
Things
is
didn't come
this?
Jessica, what does this say?
Jessica, can you read this?
Jessica.
Hi, Texas.
Jessica.
Hello, Texas.
Jessica.
Mine
Thank you.
is
You know what the-
controversial
What's that?
because
Tell me things.
it infuriates everyone that knows me. And only recently did I realize that I was like, oh, I'm not good for doing this. I am very bad at carrying on a text message conversation.
Oh.
Like,
Wait, one of
Wait,
those.
hold on. In what way?
in the way that, like, I have the ADHD of like a caffeinated kitten that's just running around, just like.
Well, you probably do the same thing that I do, and I get a lot of flack for this, is you'll get a text message when you're in the middle of something, you'll read it, and you'll be like, cool, I'll respond to that in a second, and continue what you're doing, and then forget that
Completely.
text message ever
Except-
existed.
As in my life.
Anything
Yeah.
that I'm
Also
doing
emails.
would
Everything.
be anything that I'm doing would be I'm in the middle of doing that. Like, oh, I'm drinking a soda. I can't respond to this right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
oh.
it's because, like,
Max,
thing,
that's
it just takes
not
much
a
energy.
soda.
What? Texas, what did you do? The funny thing though is that recently I had a friend who like basically just stopped, like wasn't responding, and we didn't have any like problems or anything. There's just she was busy and she stopped responding to me, and I was like, "Oh, that is so rude. And then every single one of my friends lined up and they were like, Yeah. Yeah, it is rude.
It does suck.
There's been times
Yeah.
where I thought you were mad
Weird,
at
huh?
me because you didn't respond to me.
Everybody thinks I'm mad. I'm just like, no, I'm just an asshole.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I have a terrible habit of doing is I'll start typing out a message and then just not send it. And so then I'll like come back to a conversation like months later and it's still like in there and I'm like,
you.
Yeah.
it's bad with my parents. Like I feel terrible about this. Like my mom will message me, she's trying really hard to be supportive. I'm a terrible daughter. We've talked about this on this show before, and like a podcast, whatever. It's a common theme in my life. But you know, I'll go to respond or something, and then like I won't really think about it. And then several months later, like she'll text me, and I'll go to text her back, and I'll be like, I never responded to you in the first place. So there's just this several month gap between her sending me something and then her trying to connect with me again, and I'm like, oh God.
It's funny because I'm both of these people. I'm the person who forgets to respond.
Yep.
And then I'm also the person who becomes extremely paranoid when other people don't respond.
Exactly.
And I'm like, wait, I fucking do this. I have a friend who like, here's this guy I'm talking to who like, yeah, he's like, I think he's cute and like whatever, like kind of flirty sometimes. But
This isn't it, Max?
it is Max.
Is it me?
This is how I told you. This is how I tell you how
We
to
didn't want to go public
like-
yet.
Oh, it's definitely Max. Shit.
Max and Bob.
But I'll like send a message and then he like won't respond and I'm like, oh, it's like he's probably busy. And then like days will go by and I'm like, I wonder if he just like missed it. So I'll like message him again and be like, hey, I saw this video and I thought you'd like it. And then like no response. I'm like, okay. And then like he'll message me a few days later. He's like, oh hey, like how are you? And I'm like, good. And then I'll like follow up with like a billion questions because it's like we haven't talked in a while and it's like,
How's it going?
he's not responding. He hates me. What the fuck did I do?
You're looking at the phone right now. I know you are.
Yeah.
So respond to every fucking
Does
message
he have
right
that?
now.
All look at our
Receipts on?
phones.
He does not.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I turn mine off too so no one knows.
Oh, read receipts?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely
that's
not. Everybody would
thing.
think I'm a monster.
Are they read receipts or read receipts? Because they're spelled the same.
Are they?
Oh my.
I never thought about
That's
that.
I think they're red receipts.
I always called it read receipts because I was like, you read it.
You read it. Like it says read 10:20 p.m.
Wait, you said you call it read receipts because you read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I
I
see it too.
always thought it was read receipts. Like
Because it's like
You-
you read the message and then it sends a receipt.
But it says when it was read, it says read
Which is-
10:20 p.m. or
Exactly.
something
So which is past was I read that.
at this time.
And Jessica just learned English, so this is exceptionally
This is
confusing. to her.
blowing my mind.
And red could also be R-E-D, like the color red.
Y'all.
Ooh, and read could also be R-E-E-D.
Stop it! I can't handle it.
What kind of texture are you, Jessica?
No, I've lost friends. Not lost friends, but like my
misplaced
friends.
them.
Yeah, they're misplaced. You're right. That's actually, yeah, they're just kind of around.
They're behind
where
the
they're just
couch.
like they'll like invite me to things, and I just won't respond or forget about it, and then they're like, we just don't invite you anymore because you don't respond, and I'm like, yeah, like Max knows that.
Well, no, like Facebook event, like I'm basically not really using Facebook at all anymore because I
Yeah.
got like real burned out on it.
Yeah.
But it was also like, because I also had a bunch of people who'd be like, oh, well, like we sent a Facebook invite. And I was like, I never, ever check that section to see like,
Yeah,
I
No,
used
me
to.
neither.
yeah.
But then
I mean, no one does.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
on
fair.
the other flip side, though, there's people I know who, like, I'll be talking about some party or some event that I'm going to, and they're like, I didn't get invited. And I'm like, do you have Facebook? And they're like, yeah. I was like, well, the invite was just through Facebook. And they're like, oh, I don't check it. And it's like, well, then you probably were invited, and you're just shitting
Then
on
don't
people
complain
for
about
not
it.
inviting you when you did get invited.
I have no problem going to a party that I was not invited to.
That's
another
that's
side
you,
of it.
Max. That's an.
There's some people who are just like, well, I wasn't invited, so I can't just show up. And Max is like, fuck that shit.
I'm a-
No,
I'll be
before I
there.
worked
Break down
here,
the door.
I remember going to like, I think it was either a Christmas party or a rap party for something, just showing up at the door and they're like, are you on the list? And I was like,
Was it day
no, no, I was working here.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
But
awkward.
before that, I just showed up and I would just be like, okay, yeah, I want to go in. And they're like, well, are you on the list? And I was like, absolutely not. And then I was like, I know that person. Over here, get me in. It was just like,
Oh.
Wow, you pulled full diva.
Yeah.
well, it's either that one or panicked gay assistant if I don't know anybody at the party, which is the greatest thing to do.
Okay, hold on.
we-
Hold on, give us a quick panicked case.
Yeah.
Panicked gay assistant is the easiest way to get into anything.
Do some role play right now.
Yeah, you just.
Sir, sorry, you are not on the list.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, one second. Yeah, I know. I'm outside. Yeah, I'm right about. I know. I'm right about to be there. Hey, sorry. Yeah, can you do that? Like, here's my ID. Yeah, I know. I understand.
not
It's
on the
not.
list.
It's not gonna be a problem. Just can you please like. Yeah. Yeah. I'm here with. I just make up a name, and then I'm just like. I'm sorry. I'm like my boss is really really pissed off at me.
All right, well, just don't tell my manager.
Exactly. Every
Suck my
time.
dick later.
You know,
There you go.
There you go.
So my absolute laziest habit, though, other than the texting shit, I do not pick up shit that I drop at home. I don't. I just like.
What do you
hey,
mean?
define shit.
Like
That's
stuff.
that's a good question, actually.
So like
good
if
to
I
what do you mean by that?
like if I have a popsicle and I'm like unwrapping it and the wrapper falls, I'm like, I'll get that later.
Okay, I'm the same way, and I thought I was a trash person, but now I know you're a trash person too.
And it's the same with clothes. The clothes I'm like the worst
Me too.
offender on, where it's just like, take shit out of my closet, try it on, be like, I don't want to wear this, throw it down. I could easily just hang it back up, put it away.
Nope.
My fucking
Nope.
apartment is covered in clothes at
World
all
War
times.
III is what my apartment looks like
On a
right
scale
now.
of 1 to A&E hoarders, which one are?
I'm
where are you?
probably like a 2. And it's pretty low. Like it's,
2?
I don't bring extra stuff into my apartment. It's just what I already have in there that just gets thrown around. And then on the weekends, usually I'll just be like, and like put it all back away.
Did you use
like, nothing
magical
happens.
powers?
Yeah,
That was magic.
I have a wand actually, and I just.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
My laziest habit, I think we all do this, is I think this would be considered a habit, is these 3 things on my phone called Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and like even Pinterest and Gmail and all that.
I've never
I
heard
will
of those.
just sit on my computer, not on my computer, but like on my couch. Like I'll get home from work, I'll be like, I'm just gonna sit down for 5 minutes. 2 hours go by and I've just been like bing, 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 bing.
And you
bing,
could do it
bing.
on your PC.
Yeah, you
Where you
could.
can do so much more.
True, but I'm just sitting here just like slouched on the couch, just like.
I feel like
and
it's a
the
different
hours will
experience
go
though.
by.
On your phone, like Instagram
Yeah,
is
everything's smaller and shittier, and you can't see it so good.
But it's just nice to get lost in it. Especially like I get so lost in Instagram now.
Yeah.
Like I go on the Discover page,
deep.
stories are all like
Deep.
Sometimes if you listen or you watch everyone's stories, that could be like an hour of your time
I know.
sometimes.
I realized recently that people can see, like, I know that they can see who I'm following on Instagram, but I didn't realize it would recommend to my friends that like, oh, well, like, you should probably follow this person.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go look at this now and see who it recommends based on.
wait.
Oh no, all of the people, like Instagram, like, I exclusively follow just a ton of thirst traps. Just like beefy dudes just wearing
Okay,
weird stuff.
me too. I was
I'm
like,
just like,
Yeah, needed a definition. Got it.
yeah.
Yep.
Thirst dudes.
Thirst traps.
Thirst traps.
And it's funny because
is-
all the girls are like people
Texas
have
is
been
my
like,
thirst trap. What's up?
yeah. I follow Texas.
You could follow me. I follow you.
Yeah.
Texas
Yeah.
does have all the Twitters and the Instagrams.
It does.
I do.
You want to plug it real fast?
Yeah, I am Texas DDR for Twitter.
That's Twitter,
And
yeah.
You can just look me up, Texas De La Rosa. It's easy.
Yeah.
I'm easy to find.
He's all
Easy.
over the
Yeah,
things.
yeah. You need another drink. Too.
I do need
I didn't even
drink.
notice your drink.
I kind of chugged that one a little.
I was like, all right. So yeah, it was delicious. I'm glad you liked it.
There's
What is that one?
It's like a pineapple and
It is. It's like a drink. So it's a drink of a shot that I used to make. It's a 3-legged monkey. So it's bourbon, amaretto, and pineapple.
so good.
But it's a drink version, not a shot version. So
Yeah.
So, I will be right back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just like it's like people have been like, yeah, so I was recommended to follow this like weird like muscle dude who's posing in his underwear all the time and like says you follow him, and I was like,
Well, you do.
you caught me. What are you gonna do?
You can also just click on your profile and click following and see who you're following. So it's not like you're hiding all of that.
like Twitter is like, okay, well these are the people that I want to follow, and then like Facebook is just like, oh well I know these people, and like Instagram is like,
Somebody knows Thursday.
I see so many people that I know like really, really naked and only ever online.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's so weird.
But like I'm always
I
like,
know.
I see them and I'm like, I've seen you.
But then it's
seen you without clothes.
It's also like when you're on social media, especially in public, and you scroll past your feed and it's one of their pictures, and you're just like,
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. We're like, I'm not.
I'm not looking at porn.
Yeah.
And it's like you feel the need to like one time I was on my laptop and I had Wi-Fi on a plane and I was going through I think it was Twitter, and someone we know I think posted a picture of them in like underwear. And I had to like scroll past it quickly, and I'm just like looking around, see like kids are watching.
I feel like that's half the people I know now.
I know.
They're like, here's pictures from my new set, and I'm like, I'm like, I've never, like, I'm learning a lot about you right now.
Yeah.
I know where all your secret freckles are.
Yeah.
See, I just send those pictures privately to Ashley.
Oh.
And I appreciate it.
All right.
Don't worry, your secret freckles are secret with me.
Thank you. Well, let's do a box of issues. We have 2 this week.
Ooh.
So we're gonna start
So
with
many
one and then move on to
issues.
another one. This one's a long one. So this one, let me see. Yeah, this one we edited down, it looks like, because it was a long one. So the person who submitted this, who was anonymous, just know that we did get your whole question. We just edited it down for the show's sake. Hey guys, love the show. I had this Facebook group with my friends that we all chat in. We are all in our late teens to mid-20s. Well, in the past few months, every once in a while, I would cause a huge uproar with one of my comments, being too insensitive or being judgmental about someone or something. I could see where they're coming from, but most of the time they just rip into me like a pack of lions. Most of the things I get called out for are my opinions. I don't think that they are mean or nasty. But noticing this trend of me being the only one who gets ripped into, I am stuck wondering if it's just me or if it's the pussification of the world, where we all have to be.
All right, first of all, don't bring pussies into this.
Where we all have to be PC and nice, even in secret. But that is the whole point of this group, so we could vent and tell dirty jokes and talk about stuff that isn't safe to put on our own timelines. I'm honestly thinking about leaving the group. I get that times changed and we are growing up, but this whole being PC thing in our secret Facebook group is getting ridiculous, and the more I state my insensitive opinions, the more I feel the urge to quit. What do you guys think I should do? You're being an asshole.
Well,
First of all.
I think there's a couple things to not note, which is like we don't have the full facts. We don't know what's being said.
Exactly.
That's true.
You know, we don't know what other things are said by people that get a pass.
Yeah.
So acknowledgement there. That said, if y'all make off-color jokes and you're like towing the line
Being called out
enough
for it.
that people
Are not feeling it.
are not feeling it and they tell you so in no uncertain terms, it is at least worth taking a step back and thinking maybe I've gone too far.
True.
Because we all go too far at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how
and
you
like-
find a line.
Yeah, if I was chatting in a group of my friends and I said something that was blatantly racist or homophobic or whatever, and felt like, oh, well, this is a safe space, so I can say these things. Absolutely every single one of my friends would call me out on that.
For sure.
Because they should. So I don't know what he's saying, but
Or-
I don't,
or she,
you know what I mean?
potentially,
I'm
right?
sorry,
We don't
she,
know.
he or she.
He or she, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. It says anonymous.
Okay.
think
Like, I don't.
I think that,
PC thing is the interesting part for me
Yeah.
because like a lot of people, I rarely hear the term politically correct, and the only time that I hear the term politically correct is when it's like, well, yeah, I should be able to say something that's like
Horribly racist.
horribly racist or homophobic, because wake up, people, that's how the world works, and it's like,
that's like how the world worked when people were insensitive of other races,
Yeah.
religions, cultures, and not educated on them.
Yeah.
So it's different now. Also, I think the huge giveaway in this question is he uses the word pussification.
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
which is why-
that like
which
Stranger
is-
Things season 3 is the world turning into a giant?
Giant pussy.
I mean, come on, it kind of looked like that, and then things come out of it, right? So I can see that.
The whole like idea of calling something a pussy when it's weak, I've started to really hate a lot.
You know what? Though?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I've still caught myself saying it, and then afterwards I'm like,
Yeah.
She
yeah.
pussies are
corrected
great.
me.
What you doing?
It was at our Coven happy hour. You were there. You were sitting next to me. I don't know if you were there at the time when this happened, but Barb was sitting over here, and I said something. Somebody did something, and I was like, "Wow, dude, you got big balls." And Barbara straight up corrected me, and she was like, She's got a huge, wide, gaping vagina. Or I don't know, something
Because
like that.
here's the thing,
Yeah.
balls are the weakest part of anyone's body. You fucking flick them with a toothpick, and they're like, ow!
Yeah.
But
Okay, well,
hang
to
out
be
a bit.
fair, flicking with the tooth
that might hurt
sounds,
actually.
Sounds
Okay,
like
sorry.
understandable.
You brush it with a feather. Is that better? And it hurts. But you fucking take a baby and you push it out of a vagina and it's still
Tell us-
good. I know.
Hey, Max, tell us more.
Well, as the resident ball expert, I will agree with you that they do hang outside of the body, and so that they are, they're
Sensitive.
exposed and sensitive. I don't think a feather would probably hurt them.
What if I went like this? Like,
Bing, bing.
like, bing. You'd feel a little tinge of pain, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
Could you push a human being out of them?
I mean, we
I mean,
could try.
they kind of do.
Would it-
Just
I would be better equipped than others.
On
but-
a not formed human being.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways,
Could they
just,
pass a watermelon?
just the term pussy for things that are weak, I think that needs to go.
Agreed.
And also,
Agreed.
what is this whole idea? Like, there's an idea that I see a lot with like these sort of like, people who are kind of pissed off about whatever, that like everything's changing, everything's becoming, this, like this. Oh no, everything's happening. It's like the world generally, for the most part, seems like it stays pretty much the same. And there's a lot of people
like
who
there
are
are still
jerks.
there are automobiles and there are jobs and people go to school and they grow up and then they
Yeah.
work and then meet someone and like have kids or don't and we all grow old and panic about whether we're gonna have
Yeah.
enough saved to
And-
get by or life has a pattern.
Yeah.
But the texture of the world changes.
Yeah, I think it's like the idea of like an overwhelming thing happening. Like anytime I hear that, I get suspicious. Like, oh, everything's getting worse or everything's doing this. It's like
Or everyone's becoming more sensitive.
everybody's
back
becoming
in
more
the good old
sensitive.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there wasn't the good old days, and also like the only difference now is that you're hearing stories from different people because the internet is connecting you to different people. So
Yeah.
like if you're threatened by that, maybe ask yourself why, because like it shouldn't be threatening. There's room for
Inside
everybody's
you.
space and ability to share.
And there's also like, and I know with like a lot of friend groups, the idea is, it's where I can be an asshole. And comedy does have a habit of pushing buttons. Like that's how a lot of people deal with a lot of dark stuff is through comedy. But sometimes it's also not what you say, but how it's said.
How you say it.
Like some people can deliver things and like just make this real zinger and it hits, like it lands, and it's done so without feeling malicious.
Yep.
And some people are trying to do that, but maybe missing the mark a little bit, unintentionally, but missing the mark. That can absolutely happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you are frequently missing the mark, it may not necessarily be everyone else's fault.
Yeah, just read the room. I think like even with a Facebook group, it's like, because I'm on like a little
And text is
meme
hard.
group.
Text
Yeah.
can be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I'm on like a little meme group, and it was like they just had to kick somebody out of it because they kept on posting like really offensive shit, and it was just kind
Yeah.
of like, well, it's like the thing is, it's like that's not what we find funny. We find absurd, weird, surreal stuff funny. There's another place that I guess might find that funny, but I don't know. I think like whenever I see those like really offensive memes and like cartoons and stuff, I'm just kind of like, A, I think it's lazy, and then B, I think it's just like, I'm never gonna be like shocked by it. I'm just like, oh, well, that's kind of
Something
shitty.
I don't want to see.
I also
Yeah.
think it's a mixture of like maybe he or she felt comfortable with this group of friends and was able to act like that in the past, and now maybe he or she, while all of the rest of the friends have become more educated and more woke in the world,
Or have been changing.
have been
Yeah.
changing. Maybe he's not quite there yet, and so they're you know what I mean.
Exactly,
He
yeah.
could take a lesson from. I personally, what you were saying earlier, I personally want the people that I surround myself with to make me a better person and to help me change if there is something that's not so great about me.
And it's another one of those things where I think it's a big thing about education and being able to experience other people and walks of life. And I think that like, unfortunately, a lot of people who might not get to experience other cultures, like if they live in a small town or something, for example, they might be a little more closed-minded or insensitive about other people just because they don't know much about them. And so if you're in a friend group and these people are learning about this and like have experience talking to people that you might be insulting, it's like, well, hey, like that's actually not cool to say that. And it's like, well, you're just being sensitive. It's like, well, in
yeah,
a way, yes, I am
possibly.
being sensitive to other people's feelings and the way we should be referring to other people and talking about the world.
Yeah.
What you need to do actually is just gruff up,
Yeah.
start making jokes at your own expense and at the expense of all of your friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, he or she says, what do you guys think I should do? Honestly, I think you should take a look at yourself and the kind of person that you're being and things you're saying. And it's like, would you like that if people were saying that about you?
Very true.
Probably not.
Straight
And
up.
if you feel like you can't change, then maybe you should leave the group. If you feel like everything you're going to say, you're going to get attacked on. But I think honestly, you should stay and just try to be a better person.
Yep. I agree.
Chat it out. Like,
Let people see a different side to you.
like I think it was kind of like what you were talking about. Was it last week? I don't know where this falls into the sequence with Kaden.
Oh yeah, Kaden was on
Like
last week.
talking about like how like changing and learning more and changing your opinions, and also like her talking about like how not coming down on somebody whenever they make a mistake, and like I think that whole process of like coming together, it's like we need a lot more of that, and we need a lot less of like, like, fuck you, I'm over here,
Yeah.
yeah, let's fight. It's like, no.
We don't have to be fighting about things all the time. Let's just try to understand each other.
Yeah.
Make the world a better place.
Yeah. But, like peers are where you get a lot of that feedback. It's where people grow, is like your peers and your friends. And so if they're telling you that you've crossed a line, they may not, again, it may not be what you said, but how you said it. Maybe they are coming across very harsh.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, they're trying to guide you in ways that in ways that they think that you could be better as well.
Exactly.
Or on the other hand, it could be the entire pussification of the world at large, turning into a giant vagina, and we're all becoming, I don't know, vagina
little sperms.
hairs? Oh, sperms.
Oh.
Well, look,
And
if we're all living in there, we're all living in this giant vagina.
Yep. We are all in there.
We're all up in the big pussy.
Yep.
You know where I like to live?
Yeah, we're actually located on the labia majora.
I like to live in my bed. Because it's a Casper mattress. This episode of Always Open is brought to you by Casper, a sleep brand that continues to revolutionize its line of products to create an exceptionally comfortable sleep experience one night at a time. Casper's mattresses are designed by humans for humans. They combine multiple supportive memory foams for a quality sleep surface with just the right sink and the right bounce. Casper's breathable design helps you sleep cool and regulate your body's temperature through the night. They are not just a mattress company. Casper offers a wide array of products to ensure all over a better sleep experience. I have a Casper mattress.
Me too.
As I've talked about every time we talk about
Yo.
Casper. You do
Also.
too. You do
Yeah.
too.
I'm about to buy a new bed, and I'm probably gonna get a Casper.
Well, I might have a little code for you at
What
the
is
end of this
that?
ad read if you'd like to know. But anyways, I just love mine, and I think everyone should have one because it honestly is the best mattress I've ever owned. And I've owned a lot of mattresses.
What does that mean?
I don't really know. But I have. I've lived in a lot of different places, and I've had like different mattresses every time I move. Who takes a mattress?
Yeah.
But if I moved again, I would take this one because it's worth it. You could buy it easily online and completely risk-free. It'll be delivered right to your door in a compact box. Considering we spend 1/3 of our lives on a mattress, it's so important to truly sleep on a mattress before committing. That's why Casper gives you 100 nights to try it out. Start sleeping ahead of the curve with Casper. Get $50 off, max, towards any mattress purchase by visiting casper.com/open. and using the promo code OPEN at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. That's $50 towards any mattress purchase by visiting casper.com/open and using the promo code OPEN at checkout.
I like that.
Easy enough. Just think about how open your heart's going to be when you have a full night's sleep. And you'll remember our promo code.
10 out of 10 transition and flawless dismount.
Thank you.
And she sticks the landing.
Stuck it. All right,
Yeah.
well, let's finish up with one more
Uh-oh.
box of issue questions, which we also realize BOI is boy.
Boy.
What's a boy?
It's like yo boy.
He was a
I'm sorry.
skater
I'm
boy.
sorry. What's a boy?
Boy, like a boy.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like this subtle laughter from him. All right, this one comes from, I want to read the name first. A masturbatory virgin.
Okay.
Wait, was this from me 10 years ago?
So, and it's a
How old are you?
A girl, a female. She writes.
Oh, wait, no, that would actually work. I'm 28.
Oh,
That wasn't offensive. We
perfect. Then you're good. So she writes, I'm a 22-year-old female, and I have never masturbated. I was raised in a very religious family, and I always believed I was going to remain abstinent until marriage. I ended up abandoning my religious beliefs and have been with my fiance for almost 6 years now. We waited to have sex 3 years into our relationship, but because of my religious upbringing, I never explore my own sexuality. I've tried to masturbate, but I'm afraid that since I grew up with a taboo attitude against it, that it makes me uncomfortable and I get too stuck in my own head to enjoy myself. I know that if I could get familiar and in tune with my body, it will probably improve my sex life immensely. I'm very happy with my relationship with my fiance, and he's great at satisfying me. I just wish I knew how to satisfy myself. Do y'all have any suggestions on how to get out of my head and learn how to enjoy myself? Thanks, a masturbatory virgin. I love that.
That
good
was
one.
cute. Yeah.
We, I think, have had a similar question like this on the show before, of someone who also had never masturbated before. And there's a couple tips and tricks.
Was the other person a lady as well?
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
Because I was like, I can't imagine.
No,
Like,
I mean,
I'm always like so curious because I know it has to have happened.
well, I've heard stories from guys of just like at a certain age they just brush up on something and come. Like it's just like
Yeah.
Like it just gets real stored up.
yeah.
Yeah. Just like, oh wait, all right, I
Yeah.
like that.
We're like, well, this is gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
How old were you guys when you first masturbated? Do you remember?
I would love to tell my first time.
Oh yeah, I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
Came in right.
Yeah.
Wow,
Came in
God,
right
I hope
when
my
you-
What was your first time?
I hope my mom doesn't watch this because she watches this show sometimes, and this would be weird.
So tune out now.
Yeah,
Turn off Nana, or wait, who was it?
my mother.
Mama.
Nana.
Turn off Nana,
Nana.
and Mama.
Her name is Nana Vasami.
Nana Vasami.
Yeah.
Nana Vasami, not for you.
There was this channel. It was channel 77, and it was like staticky, and you couldn't really see through, but it was the porno channel.
Skinemax.
I don't know what it was, but it was really intense, and you could like kind of see through. And there was one day, lots of days, where
Just like watch
Numerous
You
years.
just like watch that
Every day.
static.
There's all these books of like English that she's supposed to be learning, and she's actually just like watching.
Just there, like,
77 just like, oh, there it is.
I think that's a boob. No, wait, that might be a potted plant.
Oh, yep, that was just a potted plant. That was just scenery.
oh my gosh. Well, yeah. So I'd watch that, and then I would take the remote control, and just
Where is this going?
that wasn't going.
Okay, hold on.
Was
Not in.
It was not going in. It was going on, and I was just like, oh, this is interesting. And slowly but surely, time went on, and then it happened. I was probably in the middle school era.
I was
That was probably around then.
11. I was 11 when I first masturbated.
Okay.
11 or 12.
How old were you got your period? First time.
Around there too.
Me too.
Yeah.
So
it
I
was
think
around
it was
the time of my period.
that time.
Early bloomers.
Yeah. Yeah. Ashley. Ooh.
Tell me more about you rubbing your vagina with the remote control.
Yeah. It was weird.
Did
And
you
then-
sanitize afterwards, or how did that?
Oh,
or did you
God.
sanitize before?
You're probably too
weren't
young
even
to
thinking
give
about
a
I
that.
didn't- you're right. I did not even think about it. So it probably
Was it
for my
outside the
family.
underpants? Because otherwise, you
Nana Vasami, turn it
know
off.
what?
Guys. Oh God.
How old are you guys?
Your text is
I think I'm trying to remember. I don't know the exact age. Like I didn't mark it in a diary or anything, but it must have been. It must have been early-ish middle school. It was me and a friend found hot tub jets.
Love it. That's all she had to say.
At first I was like, what show is that? And then I realized you were just talking about hot tub jets.
Yeah. Yep.
Nope, we run hot tub jets. Like she lived in like an apartment complex, and they had like pools and hot tubs and all
You
this
guys
stuff.
just sit
And then,
back to
and then,
back.
and she was like, I found something. And I was like, hit me. And she was like,
They're just like-
try this. And then we're both like, ooh,
They're both
that's
like
nice.
this.
And then we both like being in the hot tub being like, so how's everything going?
That's a close friendship. My God. I would not be like, yo, this thing, put your vagina on. Trust me on this.
Hey,
Right there.
Friend,
Also-
try it out.
Also an Ashley.
I'll watch.
Two Ashleys? Oh, there are two Ashleys.
That's why
Wow.
you felt so close.
It was the weirdest kind of twins, yeah.
Ooh.
Was it, did you finish? Or was it just like
You know what?
enjoyed the feeling?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe not. It might have just been one of those things where like it was this very new experience.
Yeah.
And it was new and it felt real good and we did it. Honestly, hot tub jets get numbing after a while.
Yeah, they do.
So that's
it's
that's a lot.
intense.
It's a lot
Yeah.
coming at you all at once.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Especially
is.
when you're new to it and it's a new experience and it's a new feeling. It's,
Yeah.
sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, mine had to be somewhere in middle school. My parents are like super nerds, so we all had computers in our room because this is also like at the start of the internet, or I guess they didn't know what I
Like
was.
the mid 90s?
Well, yeah, like I guess like
'Cause,
not the
like,
start, not like
early
I remember my original computer had dial-up. Yeah, like this was probably like later 90s. But it was like we were like
Yeah.
it was Kazaa and LimeWire. And
Oh,
Napster.
I remember Kazaa.
Yes.
And so I had a computer in my room.
Yes.
which, at first was just like, oh, I'm playing games, I'm word processing, I'm loving it. And then
I love Word Perfect.
And the funny thing is, I was just talking with somebody, and I wonder how many people actually got into this. Mm-hmm. There used to be, like, how there used to be forums, like, all over the place. There was MSN groups, which was like communities. And so I was like a part of like communities on there. And then for some reason, I don't know how I stumbled across it one day, but I stumbled across an MSN group that was like, they always have like their galleries for, whatever people upload. And there was probably the tiniest GIF, it's GIF, sorry, I never meant
GIF.
to say GIF.
Sorry, Ashley.
Oh my God. But there was the tiniest little like GIF of a woman giving a dude a blowjob.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And it's got to be less than 256 colors, so it's like.
Oh, it was like literally like this big on the screen, and I was just like, yes. What is this? There's a strange feeling.
Ooh.
And there's a strange feeling.
What is that?
But I don't know if y'all know this, that the first time that you actually jerk off as a guy, like when you're younger, you don't ejaculate.
Oh.
Takes
What,
a
you
while
gotta like
for that.
prime the pump?
Yeah, I guess so. It takes a while for
So
it
is
to
it just like
pick up. Yeah.
Like air?
Like air?
Yeah. No, nothing
Like
happens.
like dust?
Just.
What do you mean?
It's just it's like a feeling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just
More
a feeling.
than a feeling.
But yeah, and so. But yeah, so needless to say, I continued using MSN groups.
For that one little gift.
No.
Use the
For
same
all.
image?
No.
Okay.
I immediately got into all of it.
We
Immediately.
show Max that image now. He's just like, oh God.
Save to desktop.
It just became a scorched earth policy of just pornography hunting in my room, and yeah. Then shortly, a while later, discovered gay pornography.
And that's when the jizz came out.
There you go.
Actually, that was the first time.
Really?
I'm not even joking. And I felt so bad I had to go to church afterwards, and I was like, I'm going to hell. This is really bad. It was like, and I was like, okay, we got to do this. And literally for more of a portion of my life than I'm willing to admit, I had like a ratio.
Yeah.
Of like, if the masturbation is a stew, then the gay stuff is just the spice, and then the straight stuff, we'll switch it over.
I love
Only
it
gay.
so much.
I love this analogy.
I know.
So yeah.
I mean, basically, there's all different ways people can start masturbating and
Yeah.
find out what they like and what they don't like. But I think we should adjust the question of
Address it.
this woman who's 22, has never masturbated before, apparently has experienced coming with her partner, which is great. That's good news. I have some ideas of what she could do versus not, but I think find out first what kind of pleasure you enjoy, whether it's insertion or clitoral stimulation. Usually clitoral stimulation will do it for most
what's up.
people.
That's
Exactly.
Like
That's
Like
literally-
like this, oh.
And honestly, like when I was younger, I would just use a vibrator all the time because it was quick and easy, and I knew exactly how it felt and what I could expect out of it.
And you're like,
Or more
done, all right,
control.
on with my day.
But what she could do, if she's embarrassed about doing it by herself, maybe ask her fiance to try it on her, use the vibrator on her, see how that feels, and then like start incorporating it by yourself to like and start thinking about that place you're in when you enjoyed it, and put yourself in that mindset. And then, again, I know it's like easier said than done, but like don't be ashamed of pleasuring yourself. It's very human, very natural.
How do y'all because I know some people don't feel comfortable going into a store to buy that kind of stuff. Like, do y'all generally buy in the store, or do y'all buy like exclusively online, or like a mix? Because like
The last time I got my most recent was with my boyfriend. We just went in together, and it wasn't necessarily to use together. I was just like, hey, I have to go grab something new.
Yeah.
Do you want to come with me? And he's like, sure. And it's also an excuse to like get some other stuff too for your relationship. So then maybe bringing her husband along could possibly help.
Fiance, right?
Fiance, sorry, fiance
Yeah.
around. That might work. And Also, possibly like even reading up on articles or books and whatnot to help you understand, because I understand that she was raised in it was taboo to masturbate and whatnot. Reading about how it's not as taboo nowadays. I don't know, that that'll probably help in some way.
Yeah, I think it's also especially hard to do manually if you grew up thinking that it was wrong, because it's like, it's gonna sound weird, I didn't use my own hand or fingers until I was much older.
Me too.
Whose hand did you use, Barbara? Whose hand?
hand was there?
I bought a mannequin arm and I just put it down. No, it was just
Was it
vibrators.
mannequin?
It was just,
Oh my God.
it was just vibrators for me when I was younger, and that was it, because that's all I knew how to use.
Also, and for me, same thing. I'd use like different things. Nothing inside. It was on the outside
on
only.
the outside
to make
for
it
me.
clear. But because it was too weird for me to actually touch myself, so it did take some time,
Yeah.
even for me to touch my own stuff. I was using other things.
And that's a normal thing for people to experience. So I don't think you should be ashamed of that.
No. I think the other thing too is, especially if like she acknowledges that she's concerned about being in her own head too much.
Yeah.
First time, you may not get over that. Second time, you may not get over that. It's like you gotta give it time, because that is not an easy thing to change, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Still feels good.
Yeah. And even speaking about being in your head, there are times, it sounds like, again, like that she is satisfied by her husband. Like there are times in my relationship where I am so in my head that I can't even with my own boyfriend,
Yeah.
because there's so many different things, anxiety, whatever it may be, because
almost
I'm
like
in my own head.
She's more comfortable with him than herself.
Yeah,
which is, like,
it's so
usually
interesting. It's the
opposite.
opposite for me, for sure. So strange.
That's it. Be patient. Try stuff. If it doesn't work the first time, that's okay.
Also-
it's not like you're on a deadline. It's not like there's some sort of penalty.
It's also
Yeah.
maybe a
Yeah.
good idea to
Yeah.
wait to try it out in a moment where you're like more turned on, because I think maybe some people try to force it in a moment where they're like, all right, I'm gonna masturbate right now. It's like, well, if you're not in the right headspace for it, it might not be a good idea. But if you're like, you're feeling good about yourself, maybe it's like,
Put on like a movie
put
or a
on
TV show.
some porn, or
Or some
even
porn.
like look at pictures that you find appealing or something that'll get you in that headspace of like, oh, like I'm feeling this.
Yeah, or maybe like once her and her fiance are getting hot and heavy, she can take the moment to be like, hey, I'm gonna actually go try and be alone right now, maybe like right after,
Yeah.
and see if that works too.
Well, and,
Even
you know,
if it's
some
like
people,
a group effort.
Yeah, like some people also really get into watching each other.
Yeah,
That's true.
Like that may be a way, like if you're more comfortable involving someone else, then, and that doesn't work for everyone. And if it doesn't work for you, totally fine. But if it works for you to involve someone else in your process, like I think a lot of dudes like watching girls like enjoy themselves. And so that may work for you.
Max might not.
Well,
Max
you know.
doesn't.
But it could also be like the first couple
Or you
times.
just sit there and be like, you go girl.
Yeah.
You do it.
Yes.
You do
clap,
it,
clap, clap. It can also
get on with
be
your
like
bad
maybe
self.
if she's with her fiance, hanging out and like getting hot and heavy, she could start like working on herself while he's doing other things like kissing her neck, or doing something with the nipples. So it's like kind of like a joint effort of like getting used to feeling what you feel like and what you like from your own hand, your own experiences.
It's true.
I think the best advice that anybody gave me recently was be patient with yourself, and I think it just works across the board for everything. Just like don't pressure yourself to be like, I have to do everything all right now. It's like just give yourself that time.
And then if you're like every time you go into it thinking like, all right, I'm gonna try this again, like I really want to get it this time, it's like don't worry about it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
again,
You know.
as Ashley said, if it doesn't work this time, it's all good.
Like it's not sports. You don't have to win. You're not playing against anyone else.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not playing it like I play it.
Max plays to win.
Yeah, we do. That's right. That's right. We do.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Jessica, Max, Ashley, and Meryl in spirit, if you're watching. We love you. Thank you for watching. If you have questions for us on the show, you could email us alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. We'll take your shot suggestions, your box of issues, questions, ask us anything. The worst, my first time, anything you got, send it to us. We'd love to hear from you. And guys, we'll see you next time,
nice.
right?
See you next time.
A nice little chit chat.
That was a fun little chit
It
chat.
sure was.
Stop it.
love
You're
it.
great. Cheers,
you. Bye.
everybody.
Oh, mine's empty.
Oh, well, just with your hand then.
Just your
Empty.
hand.
Yes, there we go.
There you go.